Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone rule well. Shalom, to all the brothers, doing the work necessary in truth, pushing his word to the four corners, man. Got this article on RT, and it's funny as hell, because it really shows how Esau's basically, these elites, they're not gonna let up on the gas. They're gonna continue the destruction of the minds of the people, and basically, prepping them to be ready to, scream and clamor and jump on that mark. Because that's what you're seeing. It's everyone's being prepped to have to be like, hey, look, if you want to get back to the new normal, you got to take the vaccine. You got to do X, Y, and Z. So that says what? Future virus more deadly than C-19 will spark new pandemic, WHO chief warns. A virus even more transmissible and fatal than C-19 will lead the world into the next pandemic. Which, it's actually, I don't know why you would just come out with this out of the blue from, now as a head of the WHO. Because I don't even think he's referencing anything in particular. Like, he's not saying, like, oh, there's this. He's just saying, like, yo, it's going to go down. Which, really, that's just saying, the circumstance, it's going to occur again. It shouldn't be a marvel that it occurs again. And that's what, really with the elites. Because with these, well, more than anything, it's the prophecies, man. The prophecies of the end times. That's why, shit's going to be getting messy. People are going to be getting jacked up. You likely could have further, pestilences hitting the people. That's that's in the scriptures. But for them to be putting out from a carnal standpoint, then it's like that just reeks of they're not looking to let up on us on this. And presently, they've got a few ways you can go. They can go like dealing with the variants, because that's kind of been what's been going down for like the last couple of months. That this variant came out. They had the UK, Brazil, now India's the main hotspot. So depending, they'll see. Okay, so it says, make no mistake, this will not be the last time the world faces the threat of pandemic. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus told the UN agency's annual assembly of health ministers from its 194 member states on Monday. It's an evolutionary certainty that there will be another virus with the potential to be more transmittable and more deadly than this one. On a more positive note, Ghebreyesus said the global number of C-19 cases and deaths are reported to have been decreasing for 3 consecutive weeks. Yeah, so yeah, it's just saying like, oh yeah, something even more deadly. It's gonna get on top. And it's funny that bro, just mentioning that, like, when there's nothing on the horizon, that just seems so random. Just looking at Conley, like, I don't know why people in the world look at it and just be like, why the hell did you bring that up? Because for real, it's a mystery. Because they should be looking like, yeah, but ain't this thing tapering off? But then yeah, it's it can get on top at any time. And hey, the word's gone out. It needs to be fulfilled, and that's why shit's gonna get on top, man. It's gonna get messy, but it's also that just keeping people paralyzed with fear, essentially, and desiring to get the mark, just to get at ease in their life. It says as well. He also reiterated his previous calls for governments to donate C19 inoculation doses to COVAX vaccine sharing facility backed by the WHO and the Gavi Vaccine Alliance. So far, the global rollout of blah blah blah. So it says yeah. Essentially, just got into details about the vaccine, but yeah, it's that's just a strange fucking thing to mention. When looking at Conley, people are just like, oh, everything's wrapped up with a vaccine. Like, what do we need to worry about? And then they're just like, oh, actually, something worse can come out. It's just like, but then, if people are in that same mind state, it makes it 100 times easier to push out things on them, because that's what you've seen go down. Like during this pandemic, it's like people just were like completely living in abject terror. They did their shopping, they holed up in their house, didn't move. People driving around alone in the car with masks on, because that's how shook these guys were. So that same energy, it looks like he just wants to continue that same energy, that same fear and terror that everyone's kind of in the zone of, which kind of keeps them easy to manipulate. And that's what you're gonna see, because it's all about control. That's the thing with Esau. It's all about control. It's all about him having the final say. And he really exerts, does the most to try and exert that power, man. So, let me read this. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Yeah. So these elites, these guys that have final say on these things, they're pushing it, but really, it's Yahweh Hashem Shai pushing it. Because yeah, it's like shit's getting accelerated. But what? It's yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Shit's getting accelerated. And that's gonna continue, man. Because what is that final cure all, that soothing balm, which is that mark that needs to get pushed out, man. An implantable microchip under the skin. It's gonna get pushed out too, and people are gonna climb and jump for it, man. That's the thing. Hey, Esau is he sees the end of hundreds of years of work. He's thinking, hey, it's gonna pop off, but it's a mystery. But yeah, I'll leave it there. So shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders who got most of man, and shalom. Shalom.